I was elected president, and we're definitely kind of sculpting the student government as we go. We're working with the constitution that we have, and we're defining those roles. But my biggest focus in my role is to be a liaison between the students and the faculty, and eventually the attendings or whoever we're working with in the rotations at the school. So just kind of keeping those lines of communication open and listening to my fellow classmates and trying to communicate their concerns with the faculty and relaying that info.
I was elected the Secretary-Treasurer because I had pretty handwriting. I'm good with math. But like Matt said, because we're kind of sculpting the government right now, I'm more the logistical intermediary between what he does and things that Alice needs, and collecting, again, some student opinions and things like that. Just kind of being the middleman for a lot of things.
And I was elected the activities chairman. Yeah, as Andrew stated, we pretty much have overlaps right now as far as duties, but my job mostly is to set up and coordinate activities for students, to ensure that we're a good, solid team, and that they have a place where they can relieve their stress.
I think it's exciting. I think it's one of the reasons that I was so excited about coming to VTC was the opportunity to sculpt things like that, the curriculum and the opportunities for students and student organizations and whatnot. And it is a little daunting because you think about the fact that you're basically setting a precedent for how things are going to go. But that's just not to say that it will be set in stone. I think future classes will have similar opportunities to come up with roles that they deem fit for their governments. But in terms of the officialness of it, we're tasked with kind of creating a document by the end of the year that states what our roles are. So that's a little bit daunting. I really enjoyed the patient-centered learning classes. It's a nice break from lecture, but it still reinforces a lot of the basic science that we're responsible for. And we get to have like really small group discussions, and it feels a lot almost like some of the rounding that residents get to do, especially when we're going through case files. When we get the patient, its presentation, we get lab values that we have to assess, and it feels a lot like what we're going to be doing in the future.
I'm going to echo Matt on the PCO. It's cool just to start playing with those things, but to not basically reiterate. Also a big fan of the clinical skills work that we've done. It's been a great part of the curriculum so far, very well put together. And it's a lot of the same thing that you feel like you're actually starting to do things. In the past couple of weeks we've started doing some exam skills. So it's been fun to start doing that hands-on stuff. It's a nice break from biochem most of the time.
Well, personally for me, I actually like the research domain a lot. I really want to go into research later on, and I've done research in the past, but no one ever sat down and taught me the basics about, the errors and the biases that you're going to see, and all the different potential problems that you'll face. And also, every Friday we have different researchers from the area that comes into our school and talks about their research projects, and they are coming here asking us to, to research with them, which is amazing. You don't find that anywhere else.
Biggest challenge right now is keeping up with all the different domains. We have a quite long list of learning objectives to accomplish this quarter, and it's easy to get sucked into one domain. You'll be studying anatomy and say, oh, I need to really absorb all this anatomy, and then in the back of your mind you're thinking, you need to understand statistics too. And so balancing that all while studying and trying to get everything to the right level has been my biggest challenge.
Yeah, right now you're getting so much stuff from all the different domains and all the different sections within the domains, and just trying to keep in the back of your head that while you're learning all this, there's so much more you're going to be doing, so that if something doesn't quite fit right now, that over the course of the 4 years, everyone keeps referring back to the longitudinal nature of this curriculum, if something doesn't quite make sense right now, it's going to be important, next block or 3 blocks from now, or by the time we get to clinical rotations. So right now, just keeping that perspective is important for me.
For me, it's prioritizing what I'm learning. Like they said, there's so much material, and my brain can only can only hold so much information in this limited period of time. So
I chose initially to apply here based on location, and having come from a really large city from Los Angeles, I was looking for a change of pace and more of a shift back to the smaller town that I actually grew up in rather than where I went to college. So I was looking forward to it, and I've enjoyed it.
I'm enjoying the weather so far. I came from Cleveland, where I think last check it was almost sleeting. So, and the leaves are still green here. They're still in the trees. That's been a pleasant transition for me. And outside of school, we don't get very much of that often. But I'm very outdoorsy, mountain biking, rock climbing. So the surrounding area has been great. And just enjoyed that opportunity.
yeah, I grew up in California, but for the past 3 years, I actually lived in Buffalo, and the weather's been really, really nice. I love the 4 seasons. So, and people are so nice here.